Hey Virgos, it's Paragia Tarot. I am so happy to be back with you guys. I am feeling better. So let's see. If you guys are interested in gaining access to my extended readings, that gives you approximately 25 extended readings per month for Virgos, then just hit join and sign up for Virgo Bombshell membership. And if you'd like to sign up for a chance to win a free reading with me, just hit like and subscribe and comment down below. I am loved. All right, so Virgo, our universe, the person on my Virgo's mind, the person that my Virgo loves. How does this person feel towards Virgo? I feel this energy feels almost like cleared. Like with the Seven of Cups, there's still somebody is still unsure what exactly is going on. They don't have certainty. But we have all these cups here, and they're all in the upright, and it feels like an energy of somebody who basically, even though they're not completely certain about where you're coming from, they're willing to take a chance. Like they feel clear enough that even despite uncertainty, that they can reach out to you. And with the Six of Cups, this is someone who wants to come in and make things right with you. They want to come in and apologize, smooth things over. Yeah, with the Sun in the reverse, they still feel like they're not exactly sure that they know how you feel, but they're starting to, and so they could have some apprehension. Maybe if you've been hiding your feelings from this person or trying to block out the way that you feel about this situation, that's not going to be everybody. But if some of you have, maybe that was creating a blockage for this person to be able to see how you feel. But now it's basically like if they're getting a stronger sense of how you feel, and this feels like a breakthrough. This feels like an emotional breakthrough that has brought clarity. And with that clarity, yeah, this is oh gosh, yeah, the Eight of Wands was trying to peek out there. The Page of Swords, the Fool, the Ace of Cups. So this person definitely feels able to they have enough clarity that they feel like they can reach out. They feel like they know enough to reach out. It feels like breakthrough. And I'm seeing this dove coming down to the cup. I feel like this is saying that in the space of where you open your heart is the place where the spirit can come down and fill that space. There is still some apprehension about not wanting to be rejected. I'm sure that that's still present in this person's emotions. And yet it feels like the driving force of where they're at is that they feel clear enough to feel like they know where you are, that they could maybe reach out. Yeah, with the Eight of Swords here to the Knight of Swords in the reverse, I think this is someone realizing how guarded they've been, how defensive, maybe even angry or embittered. But it's like with the Hierophant, it could have been in relationship to a Taurus or somebody who was maybe some kind of a commitment. I feel like this is past. This is residual. I feel like this person is seeing that like they were just seeing things falsely. This feels like somebody coming out of their own delusions and being able to perceive outside of like to understand. Like it's like they're observing themselves being deluded. It's like they're finally in a place where they can step outside of that and perceive. With the Hierophant, maybe it could be because of faith or because of spirituality. How does my Virgo's person feel towards Virgo? Oh, with the Lovers, this person, they feel it's in the upright. I feel like they want intimacy with you. I feel like they've made their choice, and that there's a lot of clarity on what they want. With the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, if they have not appeared to be taking action, or if things have been going really slow, I think that this is somebody who maybe has been delaying matters because they wanted to get together. They wanted to get together maybe some finances with the Pentacle here, so that they could excuse me, so that they could you guys could start a life together with the Hierophant here. I feel like this is somebody who respects you. They see you as upstanding, upright, somebody who doesn't, expects, I guess, not maybe extremely traditional, but expects, to be respected in a relationship and to be committed to, and won't put up with just, being in a situationship or something. Yeah, it's like, I feel like this feels like an energy of somebody who they're realizing that they've just been blind. They've been outsmarting themselves, I guess. It's like they've been overthinking so much that they've been outsmarting themselves. And they're seeing that now, that like they were way too worried. They were way too, they were just deluding themselves and getting all upset and just seeing things falsely. But they're seeing through that now. Universe, what will my Virgo's person do? And we have the Hermit here. I feel like this is someone seeing you, because the Hermit is you. And I think that what it was is that they were walking away but not actually leaving. It was this energy of like, I want to, walk away, but just so that maybe you'll follow, just so that maybe you will, show some sign of wanting me. But I feel like with the Hermit here and with the light, with the lantern, there's this light in the situation now where they can see you. They can see the truth of how you feel. And it's just like things are just, the whole situation is just having the light dawn on it. So yeah, with the Sun in the reverse, so yeah, it's still this strong energy of someone who they're still sentient to the fact that they don't definitely have, words straight from the horse's mouth, but they feel like pretty clear. They feel like things have cleared out for the most part, and they feel like, it's safe. Like you've maybe shown, some part of yourself that will allow them that they understand more where you're coming from. They still have fears, they still have trepidations, but I think that they're understanding the source of those fears. And I think that this might be someone coming in a shocking way to speak to you or try to offer you something. They could come in on some mundane matter, to just find an excuse to speak to you. How am I seeing these trees in the background? What does that mean? They could approach you, or you guys could meet somewhere, or, happen into each other's, company somewhere where there are trees, somewhere in nature, like a park, something like that. With the Six of Pentacles, they might want to come in with a gift or something along those lines, because we do have the Page of Pentacles here. So this could be a shocking message of someone trying to offer you something, or, form some kind of connection on the basis of, something stable, speak to you about something stable. Okay, so universe, how does my Virgo's person feel towards Virgo, and what will be their next actions towards Virgo? So they're coming out of this stress and this turbulence. They're understanding. It's like, I feel like they've learned a karmic lesson. They've learned about karma itself. They've learned about cause and effect. They've learned about debts. They've learned about consequence. But the stress is lifting. They are no longer feeling like they're at this breaking point where they can't handle whatever it is that they're dealing with. They've crossed the finish line to where, even if it was more than maybe in the past they would have been able to deal with, they feel like they can handle it now. They've grown up a bit more. Their capacity to carry stress has increased. They have increased. They've become larger. They've become bigger. They're no longer exhausted, and I feel like what this is somebody seeing through their own personal tendency towards the expectation of rejection. It's like, so they're seeing through feelings of rejection and understanding the difference between someone in their outside world actually rejecting them and their own tendency to perceive rejection or to anticipate rejection. It's like I really feel like what it is that this person has crossed, it's imperceptible probably to them. They probably don't, you know, realize that, like, wow, I've crossed over this massive threshold, but they have. They've just changed. They're all the things that they've been through with you or personally have taken them across a threshold into a new level of maturity and capacity. It's kind of like growing. We don't necessarily realize that we're growing, but we are. But yeah, so this is wonderful. This person has matured and they're coming out of their own. This is somebody who's starting to perceive commitment in a much more healthy light. They don't feel stressed about it. Yeah, with the stress card right here, this is somebody who in the past, commitment or closeness, because you can see these two figures, they're very close. This was something that terrified this person or stressed them out, and they don't feel stressed about it anymore because they've faced levels of pressure and karma and they've come through it. And they've grown more mature. They feel more capable of carrying burdens of stress or burdens of, they're not as afraid as they used to be. That's maturity, right? With influences in the reverse, this is them coming to a place again where they can't, because of their maturity, they're not as able to be manipulated by the people around them. So if there are toxic influences, they are gaining the capacity to not be influenced by these toxic influences, to just be like, to see it as separate from them. I feel like this person has been going through a cycle and they're understanding the nature of time, of divine timing, they're really perceiving that things do come forth in the appropriate time and that you can't make them happen before their time, because it's kind of like baking something in the oven. If you take it out before it's ready, it's not going to be cookies, it's going to be mush. It's not going to be a cake, it's going to be mush. And that things really do happen in their perfect timing, and that they're coming out of this panicked tower stress breaking point feeling. They're coming out of cloudy judgment. They're coming into a place, and exhaustion. And I think that there has been a relationship between the exhaustion and the cloudy judgment, where they've been so exhausted that they couldn't see the truth. And they're seeing that everything, it's like they're learning to have faith, because they're seeing that everything truly does come forth in its time. Even if it looks for a while like it's not, everything does come forth in its time. And that life experience is teaching them this. They're coming out of a place of shallowness. I would say, I feel like it's in relationship to relationships, of having shallow relationships, because they're coming out of this fear of rejection. And part and parcel of that is the pride too. They are coming out of the tendency to be prideful as a means of trying to guard themselves from potential rejection. And they're coming out of the potential to running so as to save themselves from potential rejection. It's like these are the things that this person would use to protect themselves from rejection: is shallowness, pridefulness, and avoidance and running and ghosting. And this person, it's like they actually are coming out of the powerlessness feelings that caused them, to do these things. They actually don't feel that way anymore. They have come to a place where they are starting to feel comfortable with foundations and with depth, with grounding themselves, with establishing a life, family, security, and with the things that they would need to be in a truly intimate relationship. And underneath that, we have the divine feminine. So I feel like this is them beginning to understand the nature of how that they need to treat a woman like the divine. If this is a man, for example, they need to treat a woman like the divine feminine. They'll get there. So let's get another card. How is this person feeling towards my Virgos? Yeah, I feel like they're perceiving their childhood trauma. It's not like they are, stressed out about it. They're really beginning to take control of it. They're understanding it, and that they're understanding that you don't have to wallow in your past to be in control of those things. But being aware of them, it's like they've come into this place where they no longer feel so avoidant, like they just want to run, from everybody around them, like, or from intimacy. They don't feel that way anymore. They don't feel like they want to run anymore. Yeah, this person just feels like they're becoming really stable, and they're just really, yeah, it feels good. So, universe, can you give me any advice for my Virgos or for their person? Show the world the real you. I feel like this is for you. It's probably for both of you, but definitely for you, Virgos. And with the full moon, that, moon represents emotions. And we have the water bearer here, with she's pouring out the water. And show your emotions is basically what I feel like this is saying. Open up to your emotions, engage with your emotions. That will be the way forward. Doesn't mean lose control and be, a complete mess, but basically engage with your emotions. And I feel like that is the main thing that the universe wants me to tell you from that deck, is just show yourself, show your emotional self. And I feel like that, excuse me guys, I hope you didn't hear that. And I hope that is what I believe will be not only, fulfilling for you, but also will clear the pathway for things to happen in this situation. So universe, what can you tell me about when my Virgos should expect to hear from this person? You have the power to create the timing by taking action. So for some of you, and 34 could be a significant number. So for some of you, the power is in your hands, and it's for you to reach out, or that if you want to reach out, you certainly can. Or that could be a message for your person, letting them know that they need to reach out. So for some of you, August. So I guess next August, that would be for, or you could be dealing with somebody who was born in August. Okay. Ooh. All right, universe, when can my Virgos expect to hear from this person? I mean, I feel something is saying that just to leave it in divine timing and don't worry about the timing. Yeah, patience. It's not time yet. So it will happen. But I feel like what the universe wants you to focus on right now is not when, but just being at peace and making yourself healthy and dealing with your emotions and showing your emotions. And I feel like that's what will draw this person back to you. If that's what you desire. All right, so Virgos, I'm going to move into the extended reading, and I hope that this finds you well. I will speak to you soon.